Yo, so what's going on, guys? I bet that title just piqued your curiosity, didn't? For those guys that do not know who I am, my name is Pone. How you doing? I'm sure we'll get some unique viewers on this one. Feel free to stay a while if you want. There's a little sub button. Click it if you want. But I'm here to talk to my current viewers for the most part to let you guys know a little bit about it. You know how honest and open I am. You guys are ponies. You guys know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. You guys probably already have your pants off. You know the mandatory requirements of viewing some pornography. So we're just going to sit back, have some fun. Many of you guys know that I just like to have fun. I like to entertain. I like to teach. And above all, I like Chipotle burritos. You know what I mean? I'm just a chill person. I like to mess around, like to have fun. And it's just really, really relaxed with me. And I felt like having one of these one-on-one talks with you guys. So for those guys that have been around, this basically is going to be talking about why I am terminating Call of Duty on my channel and probably period, like not purchasing it at all, starting with Ghosts. And in my opinion, it couldn't have happened at a better time, but at the same time, it may not be the most logical choice for me. So this is not only a video about why I'm giving up COD, why I do not support the series or franchise anymore, and to top it off is, I guess, my schedule, what's going to start happening now that something like this is removed from my channel. For those guys that do not know, I started YouTube, 3, maybe 4 years ago, and it was all based around Call of Duty. That's what got me through. That was basically the canvas for me to finger paint on with my commentary. Yeah, so that's basically what I did. I crafted myself, turned into a commentator, showed off my skill and my ability, and that got me somewhere. And it got my foot in the door, and that's what happened with Call of Duty. Now things changed up a little bit. I found a new love. That's right. I'm completely unfaithful. Slap a hoe. Don't care. I found Battlefield. Battlefield, to me, was a different game, and it was inspiring. It was fun. And above all, the game itself was mature, not the people. The game itself was mature. And I liked that experience. I like it. It had more of a feeling that skill and honest, real playing and taking decision making to the next level was a major factor in the game, and I approve of that. I liked it more than COD, which is just a standard run and gun, fast pace, no holds barred, do whatever the hell you want. You know, it's just crazy. You know, when you're playing COD, you're just a raging YOLO sexual. You're just running around shooting everything, no concern for anything, and it's just one of those games. But that's also what makes it so great, is because you don't have to be good at the game. Kids can play it, anybody can play it, everybody just runs around carelessly, and there's no big deal. But it can be quite a frustrating game, and that's definitely what's driven me away from this game. Partially, not only has the games been slipping a little bit in my mind over the last few years, but more importantly is the community. And as an example, what I'm talking about is on YouTube, not even just like the community itself, but on YouTube, there's actually a community that hates on Call of Duty. There are popular commentators that get watched because of a mutual distaste for the game. There are commentators that every video, all it is whining about snipers and connection, bitching about the game, talking about how they could do it better. There are commentators out there that are successful just because they whine and bitch about a game. They have a mutual common interest in the hatred of the game, and they still watch it, they still play it anyways. A lot of these are grown men too. That's what I'm saying. There's flaws within the community. And I'm not trying to bitch or bash on anybody like that, but that's just what I'm saying. Their game has a following on YouTube that is not about promoting it or talking great about it or about entertaining. It's about whining about it. And that's just a bad sign. So that's just one of those little things. So that's what's kind of limiting me from what's going on. Now everybody knows, everybody, let me repeat, everybody knows that Call of Duty does not change too much. Be it you're watching it on YouTube, you're seeing it elsewhere, when you see people commenting about Call of Duty, or when the next one comes out, everybody says, oh, it's the same shit on the same engine, it's everything like that. Everybody knows the formula. Let me break it down for you guys right here as pro tip. This is exactly how they change from title to title. Alright guys, are you watching? You're watching? This is the exact transition, the thought process behind Activision when creating Call of Duty. Nailed it. Nailed it. Right there. Boom, guys. That's exactly what happens every year. I want to thank my son Colton for providing me those wonderful copies of Call of Duty right there. Oh yeah, oh that wasn't even intended, duty. So, I basically, you know, I see a lot of people whine and complain about a game. Now, what changes between the communities is as follows. The difference between Battlefield community or any other community, yeah, there's hatred, yeah, there's rage, there's always things, and even me that loves Battlefield, there are things about Battlefield and even some of the players and things that go on in the games that frustrate me. There's always things like that. Now, what you see, one of the main differences between the Call of Duty community and the other, is the hatred within the Call of Duty community. People hate quickscopers. Quickscopers hate this and that. People get mad at all this other stuff. And that's the different thing. When you get on YouTube, you see Battlefielders hating on Call of Duty players. You see some COD players hating on Battlefielders. But you also see COD players hating on COD players. The community itself is immature. I'm just not a fan of it. It feels like it's a bunch of 12-year-olds running around, and that's basically one of the running jokes and insults too. Is because the game is so easy to pick up, and because it just takes relatively no skill to play. You just run around and push a button. Then it's really easy access, flashy, and appealing to a lot of younger kids. So there's a lot of youth that play this game, and that's not a bad thing. By all means, that's business, and hell, it makes sense to me. But it's just not working for me anymore. So basically where I'm going with this is it's a culmination, it's a build-up of not only a declining franchise, a declining, I guess, game, but the community itself. It's just like, it's a double hit to why I don't want to play the game anymore, why I don't enjoy it. I'll get online and I'll deal with being one off a streak and an RC car comes out of nowhere and blows me up. It's frustrating things like that out of my control that I don't like about a video game. And it's been declining for years. Ever since MW2, they stopped innovating. They stopped changing the game. COD 4, in my opinion, was one of the greatest games ever created, up there with the limits of Halo 2 or Unreal Tournament. I thought it was an incredible game, and it changed things and streaks and everything like that. It was about raw skill. Everybody had the same balance, same advantages, and then they started trying to switch it up and make it more appealing by bringing in MW2 with streaks and nukes and better guns, a nice variety and customization. Everything changed at that point. And it was the future. They did great with that. Then it just started to go downhill. Then games started having connection issues. You have problems. You have MW3 where they brought in, the death streaks just got unbearable and the game was unplayable. MW2 at one point, without them actually patching their game, which is all they had to do. If they would have patched the noob tubes, it would have been the most successful game in the franchise, in my honest opinion. But they let their game die. They didn't care. They don't care about the community. All they care about is their money, which is business. It makes sense. But at some point, you would probably have a little bit of dignity and class to fix something you broke. It's just, you have a mess, you clean it up. Being a fucking adult. That's just how I feel about it. So that's one of the things. Like I said, is I feel like they've just given up on what they care about on the game. They just want to try to change a few things. They make a lot of gambles. Some fail, some don't. But that's just how it goes. And I just feel that the games have been declining. Now, why I've been posting it is straightforward. I'm not going to be dishonest. Is because it made me money on YouTube. It was why I posted it. Not because I really enjoyed the game, even though I thought Black Ops 2 was much better than the last couple titles. It still frustrated me, and I was bored with it after the first month or two. I got all my diamond guns, and I'm like, okay, back to Battlefield. It wasn't no big deal. I just didn't enjoy the game anymore, and I think it's because all of the titles are the same thing. It's just new maps. Feels the same. Nothing ever changes. No things added in. It's just the same thing. Guns look a little different. Maps look a little different. The end. That's all it is. It's just regurgitated fecal matter. It's all it really, really is. So I don't think that they have it in them anymore to change the game, to set the bar anymore. I think they are declining, and the nail in the coffin is the end of the year when the next-gen consoles come out. Things are no longer limited. You're going to have larger people coming into the game now. They're changing everything else. No longer is it you're playing Call of Duty because of momentum, because your friends are playing it and everybody else is playing it. That's what has been keeping them alive. That's why they've been making more and more sales, is because people that are already playing it are going to have their friends play it, and it's just how it goes. It's a cycle. Now, there are options. No longer are you stuck sitting with that. Now you can play Battlefield 4. You can play Titanfall, Destiny. There are now games to compete with it. Before, I don't think ever was there a title to challenge it. BC2 was not even a speck, compared to Call of Duty. Battlefield 3 did a little fight. It wasn't bad. Battlefield 4 probably will not beat sales of Ghost at all. But to be fair, they have challenges now. And like I said, I don't think the game is really, really bad. I mean, it depends on how people play the game, what they abuse, people not playing the objective, sitting in the back of the map. And they've tried to change that. They've been rewarding people for, taking objectives and stuff like that. They've been trying to get better in some situations, but I just think it's a little too far off. Your game is the same thing every year. And, as you may be making more sales and maybe bringing in those new people, you're losing a lot of the veterans, a lot of the people that did not want so many of these things to go bad, and they have been. You've lost a lot of faith and loyalty from a lot of us, and my faith is going in Respawn Entertainment. That's going to be the future of my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of Battlefield 4. I'm going to be posting a lot of Titanfall when it comes out. You're going to have some Destiny in there. and a lot of other random mixed titles. So what's that mean now for my channel is I'm going to basically remove Call of Duty from it. I'm not going to be posting it anymore. And I apologize for those guys that are still here, still listening to me, that have been supporting me and my Call of Duty videos over these years. I want to thank you. I'm not going to say get the fuck out. You're always welcome here. Hopefully you still enjoy some of what I do. And I want to thank you for all your support over this, and hopefully you can find somebody else out there that entertains you. I'm sure you are. I'm not anything special or anything like that. Don't leave me. But it's just something I felt I had to do. The game's so frustrating now. I don't enjoy playing it. Even more so, I don't feel I should promote it or give them any more of my money over the years of decline and disappointment. I finally feel like I don't have to play it anymore. Therefore, I'm going to do what everybody always threatens to do and stop playing it. And I'm pretty sure I'm setting that in stone. So, and even with the money and the potential growth of my channel, I don't think I'm going to pick up Ghosts at the end of the year at all, let alone post it. So I'm putting a lot of my faith in Titanfall, which is the actual original creators of COD. You know, when it was changing, when it was getting good, when they were bringing new stuff in and making their games better. Those guys are Respawn Entertainment, not what is currently running the game. And I think that's what's hurting them. So that's where I am. That's where I stand. I'm going to be bringing in a couple other new games, random stuff. I'm still going to be doing the hidden occasionally, maybe some Minecraft back. Blacklight and TF2 are going to be returning to my channel somewhat quite often, Loadout. So I'm going to be playing lots of different free-to-play games, lots of different shooters and stuff. It's potential, all kinds of games. Some people are telling me to start up a Last of Us Let's Play. That's possible too. It's all going to come down to what you guys want to see, and whatever's popular, whatever you guys like up and rate and support are going to be the ones that I start posting more consistently. So as it stands right now, Battlefield is the primary, and then just a lot of other things to fill the void. So again, I want to thank you for everything. I know this is an odd decision, probably not the most logical one to do in the health of my channel. I'm going to lose a lot of fans and supporters on this, but at the same time, I'm just fed up with their product. I don't enjoy playing it anymore, let alone posting it. And I would rather have fun playing something else, and it reflects in my commentary and my entertainment capabilities versus just sucking it up through something else. You know what I mean? So that's just where it is. So again, like I said, I want to thank you guys for everything. And hopefully you stay tuned. Hopefully you guys are new here. Maybe you guys subscribe, check it out. But for now, I'm going to go hit the sack, and then after that I'm going to go take a nap. So hopefully you guys have a good job. Or good night. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still, yeah. Hopefully you get lots of good jobs too, even of the mouth variety or hand variety. I don't care. I'm tired. I love your faces. Bye.